As the dust of the First Punic War settled, Rome found itself victorious but battered, and Carthage was left in ruins. Yet, from the ashes of this brutal conflict, a new, even deadlier threat would emerge. By the end of this video, you will discover how Rome's hard-won peace would sow the seed of an even greater, more catastrophic war. This is the Second Punic War. The conclusion of the First Punic War left Carthage in a precarious position. The loss of Sicily and the imposition of a substantial war indemnity to Rome severely strained Carthage's resources. Additionally, Carthage faced internal strife, culminating in the Mercenary War in 240 to 238 BCE, a brutal conflict with its own unpaid mercenary. The resolution of this internal conflict allowed Carthage to turn its attention outward, seeking new territory and resources to cover its strength. In 237 BCE, Hannibal Barca, a prominent Carthaginian general who had distinguished himself during the later stages of the First Punic War, embarked on a bold campaign to expand Carthaginian influence in Spain. This venture was driven by several motivations. First, Carthage needed new source of wealth to pay off the war indemnity and rebuild its economy. Secondly, Spain offered rich mineral resources, including silver, which were essential for Carthage's economic recovery. Lastly, establishing a stronghold in Spain provided a strategic base from which Carthage could potentially challenge Roman dominance in the future. Hannibal Barca led a Carthaginian expeditionary force to the Iberian Peninsula, where he initiated a series of military campaigns to subdue local tribes and establish Carthaginian control. Hamilcar's strategy combined military powers with diplomatic acumen. He forged alliances with some tribes while using force against others, gradually extending Carthaginian influence over a large part of southern and eastern Spain. One of Hamilcar's significant achievements was the foundation of a new Carthage, Latin Carthago Nova, modern-day Cartagena, around 227 BC. The new Carthage quickly became an administrative and military center of the Carthaginian Spain. Its strategic location on the southeastern coast of the Iberian Peninsula provided a secure harbor and a gateway to the mineral-rich interior region. The city's foundation marked the beginning of a sustained Carthaginian presence in Spain and laid the groundwork for future Barcid ambition. As the Carthage expanded its influence in Spain, Rome watched with increasing concern. The memory of the First Punic War and the recent conflict with the Carthage made the Romans wary of Carthaginian resurgence. To mitigate the risk of the renewed hostilities, Rome sought to limit Carthaginian expansion while avoiding the direct confrontation. In 226 BCE, Rome and Carthage negotiated the Treaty of Ebro River. This treaty established the Ebro River, Ebrus in Latin, as the northern boundary of Carthaginian influence in Spain. Under the term of agreement, Carthage pledged not to expand its territory north of the Ebro River, while Rome agreed not to interfere with Carthaginian activities south of the river. The Treaty of Ebro River was a pragmatic compromise that reflected the geopolitical realities of the time. For Rome, the treaty provided a buffer zone that protected its interests in northern Spain and southern Gaul. For Carthage, the agreement allowed continued expansion and consolidation in southern Spain, without immediate Roman opposition. However, the treaty was inherently unstable, and it did not address the underlying tensions and competing ambitions of the two powers. In 221 BCE, following the death of Hasdrubal the Fair, Hamilcar's son-in-law and successor, Hannibal Barca, the eldest son of Hamilcar, assumed command of Carthaginian forces in Spain. Hannibal, then in his mid-20s, had been groomed for leadership by his father and had proven himself in various military campaigns. His ascension to command marks the continuation of the Barcid family's legacy and ambitions. Hannibal inherited a well-organized and experienced army, along with a network of alliances and fortifications established by his father and Hasdrubal. His immediate goal was to solidify Carthaginian control over Spain and prepare for an eventual confrontation with Rome that had believed was inevitable. Under Hannibal's leadership, Carthaginian forces continued to expand their influence in Spain. Hannibal employed a combination of military campaign and diplomatic effort to secure loyalty of various tribes. He also focused on strengthening the infrastructure of New Carthage, enhancing its role as the logistical and strategic hub of Carthaginian operation in Spain. Hannibal's vision extended beyond mere territorial control. He understood that to challenge Rome effectively, Carthage needed not only a strong military, but also economic resources and popular support. To this end, he encouraged the exploitation of Spain's mineral wealth, particularly silver, to fund military operation and secure the loyalty of his troops. Hannibal's ultimate goal was to avenge Carthage's defeat in the First Punic War and restore Carthaginian supremacy in the western Mediterranean. He believed that the best way to achieve this was to carry that war into Italy, directly challenging Rome on its own territory. Hannibal's strategy involved using Spain as a base to launch an audacious campaign that would involve crossing the Pyrenees and the Alps to reach Italy. The immediate catalyst for the Second Punic War was the conflict over the city Saguntum, modern Sagunto, located south of the Ebro River but allied with Rome. In 219 BCE, Hannibal laid siege to Saguntum, defying the Treaty of Ebro River and provoking the direct confrontation with Rome. The siege lasted several months, during which the Saguntes resisted fiercely, hoping for Roman intervention. Despite Saguntum's plea for assistance, Rome was slow to respond, preoccupied with other military engagement and political consideration. Eventually, Saguntum fell into Hannibal's forces and the city was sacked. The Roman Senate, outraged by the attack on their ally, demanded that the Carthage hand over Hannibal for violating the treaty. When Carthage refused, Rome declared war, marking the beginning of the Second Punic War.